In today's news wrap, we cover major developments from across the nation, from a CAG report on Delhi's scrapped liquor policy that reveals staggering losses to Bollywood star Preity Zinta countering allegations of fake news. Hi, I'm Khyati Rajwanshi, and you're watching the Indian Express. Let's get started. A recent CAG report tabled in the Delhi Assembly has exposed serious flaws in the now scrapped liquor policy. The report claims that decisions by the previous government led to a cumulative loss of over 2002 crore rupees for the capital. Former Delhi Chief Minister Atishi defended the new policy, arguing that the audit exposed corruption in the old policy and losses due to the illegal liquor imports from neighboring states. In contrast, the BJP accused former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal of black deeds. Moving on, in another major story, former Congress MP Sajjan Kumar has been sentenced to life imprisonment by a Delhi court for his role in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. He was convicted for the murders of Jaswant Singh and his son Tarundeep Singh in Delhi's Saraswati Vihar. Kumar is already serving a life sentence in Tihar jail for additional crimes during the riots, including the killing of 5 Sikhs and the burning of a Gurudwara. Here's our detailed report.
सर आज राहुल रेवेन्यू अदालत ने 1984 सिख दंगा मामले में सज्जन कुमार को सजा सुना दी। क्या सजा सुनाई है?
आज कोर्ट ने सज्जन कुमार को डबल लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट की सजा सुनाई है। दो केस, एक तो मर्डर, दो सिखों के मर्डर के केस में वो उसमें फांसी उम्र कैद की सजा है, और दूसरा जो घरों को जलाया इन पीड़ितों के भी और बाकी भी जो घरों को जलाया, घरों को लूटा 436, उसमें भी ये उम्र कैद की लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट की सजा है। उसके अलावा जो इन्होंने 395 में जो उसमें 10 साल की सजा है और इस तरह और भी कई प्रोविजन में डिफरेंट सजा है। और मगर ये जो 2 लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट की सजा है ये भी बहुत बड़ी बात है। और जज साहब ने अपनी जजमेंट में लिखा है कि जो हमने फांसी की मांग की थी और जो सरकार ने भी फांसी की मांग की थी उसको नहीं दिया गया क्योंकि मिटिगेटिंग सर्कमस्टांसेस हैं। उसकी 80 साल की उम्र है और उसको बहुत बीमारियां लगी हुई हैं और वो जेल से जो रिपोर्ट आई है कि वो अपने आप को हैंडल भी नहीं कर सकता, उसको बाथरूम जाने के लिए भी हेल्प की जरूरत है। और ये कानून है कि अगर 80 साल की उम्र हो और इतनी बीमारी लगी हो तो फांसी की सजा नहीं होती। मगर जज साहब ने जो मैक्सिमम सजा हो सकती थी वो दी है और दोनों सेक्शन में 302 में उम्र कैद दे सकते थे वो दी है और 436 में उम्र कैद हो सकती थी दिया, तो 2 उम्र कैद की सजा इसको सुनाई है।
फाइन भी लगाया है सर कोई?
हाँ, फाइन भी लगाया है। फाइन तकरीबन 4 लाख के करीब फाइन भी बन जाता है।
The next story is about a chilling mass murder case that shocked Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. A 20-year-old man identified as Afan confessed to killing 6 people including his mother, teenage brother and girlfriend. Police have confirmed 5 deaths while his critically injured mother is fighting for her life. The accused reportedly consumed poison after the killings. Investigations are underway to determine his motive. Here's our detailed report.
A shocking case of mass murder unfolded in Thiruvananthapuram, which is the Kerala capital, on Monday when a 23-year-old man walked into a police station and confessed to killing 6 people, including his mother, teenage brother and girlfriend. So far, the police have confirmed 5 deaths while his critically injured mother, who's also a cancer patient, is fighting for her life at the Thiruvananthapuram Medical College and Hospital. According to Thiruvananthapuram Rural SP K.S. Sudarsan, the murders occurred between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Monday. The accused, identified as Afan, turned himself in at the Venjaramodu police station during the night and confessed to the killings. Police reports indicate that Afan allegedly consumed poison after the murder spree and was admitted to the hospital. The motive behind the murders is still under investigation, although there are indications of financial issues and reports of missing gold. A hammer believed to be the murder weapon was recovered from the crime scene. According to the police, the killing spree began in the morning at Pangod, where Afan allegedly killed his paternal grandmother, Salma Bibi. After that, he travelled to Esenpuram, where he murdered his uncle Latif and Latif's wife, Shahida. By evening, the violence continued at Afan's home in Pulampara, where he allegedly bludgeoned to death his 13-year-old younger brother, Afsan, and another woman identified as Farsana, believed to be his girlfriend. Meanwhile, his mother Shemi was also attacked and remains critically injured. Thiruvananthapuram District Panchayat members Binu S. Nair reported that the victims at Afan's home had suffered severe head injuries. While the exact provocation behind this murdering spree remains unclear, a local resident named Shaji suggested that there were family tensions linked to Farsana, who had been staying at the house for the last 2 days. Shaji further mentioned that Afan did not have any known criminal record or history of drug abuse. Meanwhile, Abdul Rahim, the father of the accused, works in Saudi Arabia and expressed shock over the incident. Speaking to a television channel, he acknowledged that the family faced financial issues but insisted they were not serious enough to concern his son. He said, and I quote, "He had been to Saudi for 6 months on a visiting visa and returned happily." The father also confirmed that the family was aware of Afan's relationship with Farsana and did not object to it, adding that Afan had taken money from her. Meanwhile, the cops have registered 3 cases at 2 police stations and are continuing to investigate the motive behind the killings. The authorities are expected to question Afan further once his medical condition stabilizes.
Bollywood star Preity Zinta has fired back against allegations made by Congress Kerala. The party claimed that the BJP took over her social media in exchange for an 18 crore rupees loan waiver. However, Preity Zinta dismissed these claims as fake news. Here's our detailed report.
Bollywood star Preity Zinta finds herself at the center of a political storm. Congress's Kerala unit has accused her of handing over her social media to the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party in exchange for an 80 crore loan waiver. Sounds shocking. Here's what happened. Congress's Kerala unit alleged that BJP took over Preity Zinta's social media account and got her loan of 18 crore rupees written off in return. They wrote on X, quote unquote, she gave her social media accounts to BJP and got 18 crore written off and the bank collapsed last week. Depositors are on the streets for their money. However, the actor did not shy away from shaming Congress Kerala for promoting fake news. She wrote, quote unquote, no, I operate my social media accounts myself and shame on you for promoting fake news. No one wrote off anything or any loan for me. I'm shocked that a political party or their representative is promoting fake news and indulging in vile gossip and clickbaits using my name and images. For the record, a loan was taken and fully paid back over 10 years ago. Hope this clarifies and helps so there are no misunderstandings in the future. Congress later acknowledged their mistake after Preity Zinta clarified her loan position. They tweeted a response appreciating her direct engagement and subtly taking a dig at other celebrities who let political ID cells manage their accounts. They wrote, quote unquote, good to know you're managing your own account, unlike other celebs who have handed theirs over to the notorious IT cell. We are glad to accept mistakes if we have made any. And she did not stop there. She also slammed the media for getting stories wrong and said she wouldn't care about the reputation of journalists if they didn't care about hers. She wrote, quote unquote, so much misinformation going around, but thank God for social media and thank God for X. All through my career, I have seen so many so respected journalists get so many stories completely wrong and never have the decency to correct the story or apologize. I've also gone to court and spent a ton of money fighting cases that go on and on and on. I think it's time we start holding them responsible right here so there is some accountability in the future. I'm definitely going to start naming all these journalists that write articles without following up or investigating the stories. If you don't value my reputation, then sorry, I don't value yours. I have spent years working hard and building a reputation, so if you don't care about mine, I don't care about yours. I'm done being a bigger person. This ends here. Just days back, Zinta had expressed her frustration on social media over people being cynical. She wrote on X, quote unquote, what's happening to people on social media? Everyone has become so cynical. If one talks about their first chat with an AI bot, then people presume it's a paid promotion. If you appreciate your Prime Minister, then you are a bhakt. And God forbid, if you are a proud Hindu or Indian, then you are an andhbhakt. Let's keep it real, folks, and take people for who they are and not who we think they should be. Maybe we all need to take a chill pill and just be happy to communicate with each other. Now don't ask me why I married Gene. I married him because I love him. क्योंकि सरहद पार एक ऐसा शख्स है जो मेरे लिए अपनी जान दे सकता है. समझे? If you know, you know.
In other news, Canada's new immigration rules, effective from February, grant border officials the power to cancel or reject student visas, work permits, and other temporary resident documents at their discretion. This could affect tens of thousands of international students and workers, especially from India, which has the largest number of foreign nationals in Canada. Those impacted may face deportations or be forced to leave by a specified date. The changes follow the recent closure of the Student Direct Stream Visa program and raise concerns over financial losses for affected individuals.
Canada has just introduced some sweeping changes to its immigration rules, and the timing couldn't be more critical. These new visa regulations, which came into effect at the start of February, give Canadian border officials unprecedented powers to alter visa status of foreign nationals, including students, workers, and migrants at their discretion. And this could spell trouble for tens of thousands of people, especially the large number of international students and workers from India. The new rules fall under the Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulations, which now allow border officers to cancel or reject vital temporary documents like work permits, student visas, or even electronic travel authorizations known as ETAs at any time during a person's stay in Canada. That means if you are a student studying at a Canadian university or a worker employed in the country, your visa could be revoked without much notice if an officer deems it necessary. But there's a catch. These officers can only act if they aren't convinced you will leave Canada once your visa expires. Essentially, it boils down to a judgment call by the border agent. This move is raising eyebrows as it gives individual officers sweeping discretionary power. One officer could decide to deny someone entry or cancel their visa based on their interpretation of whether that person will leave when their visa expires. And it's not just new arrivals who are at risk. Current students, workers, and even tourists could be sent back home if their permits are cancelled while they are still in Canada. Here's where it gets even more concerning. These changes could impact a huge number of people, particularly Indians, who make up the largest group of foreign nationals in Canada. To put it into perspective, over 420,000 Indian students are currently studying in Canada, according to the latest data. India also sends a substantial number of workers and tourists to the country, with more than 3.6 lakh Indian tourists visiting Canada in just the first half of 2024. If a person's permit is rejected or cancelled, they'll be stopped at the port of entry and sent back to India immediately. If they are already in the country, either studying, working, or living, things become more complicated. They'll receive a notice from Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, that is IRCC, to leave the country by a specified date. But there's still a big question mark over what happens to any money already spent. What happens to tuition fees, loans, rent, and other investments? The new rules don't clarify if these payments would be refunded, leaving many to wonder how they'll recover their expenses. And this isn't the first time Canada has made headlines with immigration changes. Just a few months ago, in November last year, the country shut down the Student Direct Stream, that is the SDS visa program, which was a popular choice among Indian students. Under the SDS program, students could fast-track their applications by providing proof of upfront tuition payments, making it easier for them to secure their place in Canada's educational system. The closure of this program already left many students in limbo, and now these new regulations have only added more uncertainty to the mix. Canada has long been a top destination for Indians seeking education, work opportunities, and a better quality of life. But with these changes, the path to settling in the country could become much more treacherous. Whether you are an international student dreaming of a degree in Canada or a worker hoping to build a future, these rules are definitely something to keep an eye on. And as the situation evolves, many will be waiting for answers to those all-important questions about refunds, legal recourse, and the broader implications of these sweeping new powers granted to Canadian border officials.
That's all for today, but leaving you with a video of actor Akshay Kumar taking a holy dip in Sangam waters during Mahakumbh.